What's good, fellas? Today we're back with another recap. I know it's been quite some time since I've been on here making a recap, but I've been kind of struggling in my trading, not because I don't know what to do, just because I haven't been doing it. And recently, I just want to point this out. Also, just so you guys know, whenever I'm making these videos, it's more so for myself to look back on, but you guys can obviously get stuff from it as well. But basically, what I've changed recently is I stopped being on Discord. So I just close my Discord before the session starts and I don't look at it again until the session is over, because whenever you're trading, you do not want to be getting other people's ideas. You don't want to be taking signals. You don't want to be trading anything other than what you see on the chart. And so by doing that, it hurts your emotions, right? If you have FOMO or if you know, whatever it just is not good for your trading. So I've realized that recently, and I've switched over and I've had Discord close the entire session, and I just trade what I know, and it has helped me dramatically. On top of that, I also de-risked a little bit because I was on 25Ks risking $200 per trade, and it's not bad. It's really good when you're winning, but for me it's a little bit too much. So I've de-risked to like 125, 150 each trade, and still that's totally enough. When you're winning trades, you're catching a 1 to 5, 1 to 6 risk to rewards, you're still making 800, 900, $600 per trade. You do that over 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and you're still up 3K, and you can still get these max payouts. And then you start copy trading more accounts and you scale like that. Okay, instead of trying to make 3K on an account first day and then farm winning days and blow it. That's a great method, but it's not something I'm comfortable doing right now. So anyway, back to the trades. Today, these are the two trades. I took this trade here, and unfortunately I trailed my stop loss and got stopped out around here. So I didn't catch this whole thing. I only caught like a 1 to 2, and then this trade I missed out on. But the reason I missed out on it isn't because I didn't see it. It's just because at this point it was at 10:30, which is 11:30 New York time, and I just don't have a lot of confidence trading that close to lunch hour, because as you can see, price action starts chopping, and I just didn't take it. But moving forward, this is another reason I'm making this video, is this is a trade I need to be taking. It's my setup, it's my model, so take the trade and let it play out, okay? But let's kind of go through this. So here is market open, and if I go here on like the daily time frame, we'll start there. Let me turn off this indicator. Okay, so you can see yesterday, obviously, if we look at the PXL/PXH daily bias, you can see we closed above the previous day high, and so that makes today I would be bullish up to this high. Okay, but also if we just look at like an hourly chart for a second here, you'll kind of see up here we have these equal highs, right? And then here we got this nice manipulation to the downside, chop, and then now we're moving up to these equal highs, which this looks to me like a market maker buy model, right? We have this chop, engineered liquidity up here, get that nice move down into this gap down here. I think there was a daily gap, and then we're getting our distribution up, so we should see this follow up into here. Now obviously we're getting this move down, but that doesn't mean this wasn't a market maker buy model, right? We could just be retracing and then continuing higher. But basically, also let me get rid of this alert here for now. But anyway, let's go back on the 4-hour, right? So on the daily, we're relatively bullish, but after we get this big, huge move up here, which we saw, as you guys know, or at least you should know by now, is often price wants to rebalance ranges. So we had these 4-hour gaps in here, this one, right? This one's a volume imbalance, so really you could just do this whole gap right here. So we would definitely want to see price trade down into here and either fill it or react off of somewhere in there, right? But looking at this entire leg up here, we haven't had any retraces. So what we could do is just pull Fibonacci from here to here, and you can see it lines up pretty well with that daily gap that we had on the chart. So here's that daily gap, and the 0.5 of this leg is somewhere in here. Now if you pull it from this leg here, it aligns right at the top. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but there's a little blue dashed line, which is the equilibrium, and that aligns with the top of that daily gap. So regardless, this daily gap is pretty much the midpoint of this leg up. So we're kind of expecting price to rebalance somewhere down in here. But that doesn't mean we can't take longs. It just means overall we're expecting price might want to come down here before going back up to those equal highs, right? So that's kind of how I'm framing my narrative, my bias for the day. Now, what I was low-key looking for was going to be to take all of this price action here. I was just trying to short today. But whenever I woke up, as you can see, obviously, market opens like right in here. You can see we'd already made that move down. So that makes me just a little bit less open to just trying to short, right? Because if we were trying to short, normally you would want to pull a Fibonacci from here to here or so, and you want to be shorting in a premium, right? You don't want to take shorts down here as much as you would want to take them up here. But regardless, we're still open to both sides of the market. These are just kind of the things I'm thinking about when I'm looking at my chart to get the narrative, right? Let's see. So if we go back on the 4-hour chart, we didn't have too much because market would have opened like right in here. It's kind of what we're looking at. We were trading, I guess, in the next 4-hour candle, but it hadn't been fully closed yet. So that's kind of what we're looking for. So we're open to both long and short. It was kind of undecided at the time. Now if you look at the hourly chart, here you'll see we have this nice 1-hour order block. So I had this marked on my chart. Actually, I think I had the 4-hour. I had this 4-hour one right here marked. I was thinking, okay, we could see a nice reaction off of this. And right whenever market opened, we actually tapped into this, and you could have market entered long right there, but I didn't do that. But definitely could have. I know some people that did. But anyway, that was just kind of the first POI I was looking to see if we would react off of and get a move back to the upside, which you could see we did, but it wasn't perfect. But you know, things in trading aren't normally perfect. So that's just what I was looking at, right? I'm just kind of showing you the narrative that I was having, okay? So that's basically what I was looking at upon market open, which was in here. Let me mark out 8:30 just so we know. So it's this vertical line here is 8:30, okay? So let me add that back on here real quick. So there's that 4-hour order block, okay? So this is what I was looking at when market opened. I was on the 1 minute, and you can see we traded down into it. And this 1 minute, I'll move it for a second, but you can see we tapped it. It got this nice big move up, which was like a 100-point move off of it. So could have just market entered off that 4-hour, but I didn't, right? Anyway, obviously we took out liquidity over here. We took out this low right here. So we had reasons to see a move up, right? Because also, if you think about a Judas swing off 8:30 open, then this could have been our Judas swing. So a move higher was definitely viable, right? So I marked out the first presented fair value gap, which was right here, and waited for us to get a nice closure above it, which we get right here. So once we got that closure, I was like, okay, I damn near longed right here and just threw my stop loss like right here at a 50-point stop loss, but that was pretty ugly, and as you can see, it got stopped out. So I was thinking, okay, we did inverse the first presented fair value gap, and we have, you know, tapped into a bunch of liquidity, etc. So I was totally cool to see a move higher, right? So instead of doing that, I just pulled my Fibonacci. Let me make it black so you can see it. I just pulled it from this low right here up to the high right here, and I entered on 618 with my stop loss below the 786, and just kind of here, actually I put it right here at the low of the body right here, which was like a 20-point stop loss, 21, 22 points. Then I just, another thing that made me high confidence in this trade was we had these equal highs right here on the 1 minute. So this was my real target, pretty much my only actual target, and then I was looking at just this next 1 minute gap right here to take profit for the full TP. But I mean, yeah, price did run straight up here, but once we took out and closed this candle right here, so we got that candle closure, I trailed my stop loss to I put my stop loss right here at the equal highs, just because I didn't really want to see price come back down. I don't want to get break even, whatever the case is. I want to secure profit, and unfortunately the very next candle came down here, topped my stop loss out, continued higher. Even if I waited after this candle, you know, it would have got topped out anyway on this candle here. So the only other thing I could have really done was just not trailed my stop loss until we put in this low here, and then move my stop loss to right here. and then I would have got full TP. But that's just, something I'm just gonna live with, number one, and number two, maybe for the next time, that's how I do it, is trailing with structure, instead of just putting it at the equal highs. But I accepted it, and that's what it is, it is what it is. I didn't FOMO enter again or anything like that. Then let me turn on the indicator again. So this TP was actually, this high here, as well as previous day EQ. Then we got 10 a.m. open, which is this black line right here. There was a very good setup right here that just got front ran. So price here chopped a little bit, right? We put in the upper part of the 4-hour candle, which would be the 4-hour wick, is right here. And clearly, remember, we were still kind of bearish all the way down to this daily gap and previous day low. And also, if you see price action, right, we're bearish. So it's just kind of continuing this this downtrend, right? So we were open for shorts here after we put in this nice wick. But really, what solidified it for me was after we chopped around here and we got this nice closure all the way down here. Whenever you pull the Fibonacci tool from the high to the low, you can see it pretty much was aligned, the 618 with the 10 a.m. open. So what I was looking for right here was a short at 10 a.m. open. Stop loss was like right here. I think I did a 25-point stop loss, it would have been. Just to keep it a little bit safe, and I was targeting initial balance low, previous day low, this low, whatever, right? But unfortunately, as you can see, price just didn't come up and give it to me. So price came up and reversed right here instead of tapping into the 10 a.m. open. Totally, fine, it happens. But pretty much after that trade didn't play out, it's like 10:20, 10:30. So I was just off the charts at this point. I had other stuff to do, so I went ahead and was doing that. But I was looking at the chart on my phone. And so this next trade here is just simple initial balance deviation. So we get this nice sweep right here and it closed below. You could have entered, I guess, on the retest right here, but I don't really like that. It's just a sweep. Retest wasn't very good, but instead what was good was this right here. So we actually get this nice deviation above, we get that nice strong closure below, and then we get a nice retest. Now you could have entered down here, you would have had a wider stop, about 30-35 points. Granted, you could have, kept it really tight if you wanted to, but what I would have done probably is entered on this back test. That's what I was looking at on my phone. I just was honestly too scared to take it because I don't like taking trades this close to lunch hours. So I pussied out of the trade, And anyway, what I would have done here for this trade is probably I would have went break even either at a 1-to-1, or I would have went to break even right here once we tap 10 a.m. open, or even just here at the 1-to-1, whenever we tapped the VWAP, right? I would have went to break even. Then from there, all there really is to target is this low here. You could have targeted these gaps, could have targeted this low. Me personally would be targeting initial balance low, because I do think this rotates down into previous day low potentially, and so you could just be holding all the way down here. Let's see, it's already ran 173 points, so very good trade right here, a 1-to-6 at least. But even if you just held to these gaps down here, you're getting a 1-to-3, 1-to-4, so that's perfect. I mean, this is how I want to be trading, right? You can see just beautiful, following my model, not letting anything else influence me, just trading exactly what I see. This is a trade I wouldn't normally take, but just the golden pocket, the first bid is in a gap. Very nice trade. So hopefully moving forward, I can continue trading like this. And that's the plan moving forward, is to keep Discord closed, just trade my models, taking 1 to 3 trades a day. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Right now I did see, it looks like here we have a pretty nice rejection block right here that might be good, so that's something you could look for if you're still trading. But for me, I'm done for the day. Maybe I'll take some trades in Asia tonight on a different account, but in terms of my actual accounts, that's really all I'm looking for today. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you didn't, it's okay, because this is more so just for me. But that's all I got for today. If you guys want to trade with me, I'm not sure, I don't know, join the Discord or something, but I'm not too active in there recently. So hit me up on Instagram or something, at Trade with Dayton or at Blink Carding. Those are my social medias. So I'll catch you guys. I'm out. Peace.